So I'm going to be going over how to make a STAR custom assessment that you can use for our essential standards or for formative assessments, um, just to check on how your students are doing with certain standards and certain skills. So from the home screen, you need to come to STAR Custom and click that. Once you're in here, if you haven't made any assessment plans yet, there won't be anything here. But either way, you need to go to Plan Assessment. And from here, once again, if you have done some work in the custom assessments, you'll have some things, otherwise you won't. You need to go to New Plan. You can do these for reading or math, but since we are focused on reading, I'm going to be making something for reading. And you need to choose the time frame for which you want to have this assessment available. So I am just going to click this and you give it a name. I'm just going to call this Example Assessment Builder and then start planning. So here you can see the range of skills and standards that are available to you. They are listed within your grade level. So, for example, if I were to search for character traits, I could search by keyword, click enter, and it will give me some standards for character traits, and I can scroll through what they give me to make sure that I find the best match for what I actually want to assess. When I'm scrolling, as you can see here, I want to make sure that I'm in the right grade level. I've gone now from grade 3 to grade 4. I don't want grade 4 if I'm teaching grade 3, so I would go back. I could see if there's anything before that, but that puts me into grade 2. So I'm going to click. Looks like my best option for character traits is right here, so I would select that. Now maybe I am doing multiple standards, multiple skills, so often with character traits we might teach some elements of plot. So I could add explain plot and character as revealed by dialogue. It's still in the 3rd grade range, and I would click. And now both of these standards are here for me. I don't have my list of standards in front of me, but if I did, I could potentially type in the actual standard that I'm looking for, like you can see at the bottom of the skills. But I'm going to move forward and I'm going to click continue. And here is where it is a little bit different. So if I just wanted to give a quick check on character traits, they do have pre-made assessments. I could just add that to my plan right here and be done. But if I'm doing something with both character traits and plot, oh, of course, I've picked something that doesn't have any questions for it. Let me go back and pick something else. You can go back and add other standards. Let's say that I want to do text features. It's right here. Continue. And yes, there are some assessments for this. So I am trying to build an assessment that will check how students are understanding character traits and text features. So I want to put those together. I'm going to go down here all the way to the bottom where it says create your own and click that. And it's a little redundant, but now I have to give this assessment, this specific test, a name. So I'm going to call this my example assessment. And you need some kind of description, so I like to put what is on that assessment. Character traits and text. Ooh, features. Of course, I can't spell right now. You put your grade in, and then you scroll down and click done. And we are in the United States. And this one I'm going to make available only to me, but if it's something that you're going to share with your team, you probably want to make it available to everyone in my school. I'm going to click continue. And now we have this bank of questions that we can look through to find exactly what we want. So I already know that we don't have anything here for this standard explain plot and character as revealed by dialogue. So I'm going to uncheck that. It shouldn't actually do much of anything. But now I have right in front of me character traits. So I want to look and see what they are. I don't want to just start adding. I'm going to preview, and it gives you a good size piece of text, not too long, not too short. You can read through that, and it gives you a question. So I can see I'm looking for character traits. How is Crow different from Little Ant? Well, some of these are character traits, some of these are more just the way they feel. So that seems like it would be a good choice. So I'm going to close this, takes me back here, and I will add it to my test. So let's say that I've previewed and added several of these, and I'm ready for text features. So I'm going to uncheck character traits so that the only ones I'm seeing now are text feature questions. Same thing, I want to make sure that I preview so I can get exactly what I'm looking for. It's looking at the last page of a book called How I Feel, making them decide which page number they're looking for. I don't know if I really like that one, so I'm going to go to another one. Oh, this is a nice diagram with labels. So that might be a good choice for whatever I am assessing. I'm going to add it to my assessment. And right now, so I have 4 questions on this assessment. If any of the questions are worth more than 1 point, right here where it says filter, you would be able to filter them. Sometimes you'll get questions that do have greater point values, but since all of these are only worth 1 point, they don't give you an option to filter. You could also search the questions for certain keywords if there was something really specific you were looking for. Once you have what you want, check over. Sometimes if you look through the questions, you will find a couple of questions that have different purposes or different questions but use the same text. You might want to put those questions next to each other, or maybe you don't want all of the same skill one after another. You want to space it out, so you can move the questions around to wherever you want it to go. Sometimes it works a little better than others. Sometimes it gets a little stuck. So from here, you will go up to continue. You will check you have these 4 items on your test. Make sure that it's everything that you want it to be set up for, and click Create Assessment. So you get this message. It says the system has queued up your assessment for publishing. You can view this assessment at a later time. That seems to not mean too much later, so I'm going to click OK. So right now, at this very moment, it's not here yet. That's one I made earlier. So if you leave this and you want to come back to it, if you're on the home screen and then you go to Star Custom again, go to Plan Assessment, just like before, a new plan, and you get this pop-up window. It says that it realizes that you were working on something before. Do you want to continue working on this plan, or do you want to discard and start a new plan? I'm going to click continue and see if it's there yet. It'll kind of bump me ahead in the process. I'm back here to the standards I was looking for. I'm going to click continue. And it's not here yet, but if we give it a little bit more time, it should appear. So I've heard from some people that have tried it out that it took maybe 5 minutes. Just gives you a little bit of time to play around with different features. We'll try one more time. Plan assessment, new plan, continue. Continue. All right, so it's going to take longer than I am wanting to wait. So this is where it will be. Once it is here, you click the Add button and you will select the day that you want to add it to your plan. That doesn't mean that it's the only day available. It just means that it's kind of like your own personal planner and it's putting it on the calendar for you as the teacher. But it should be available to the students through this whole date range. And I've seen even beyond that sometimes. So from there, you will finish setting up the plan and it should be available for your students. Let's check one more time. Star Custom, Plan Assessment, New Plan, Continue, Continue, and no. All right, so I will continue this once it has been published. So we just had to give it a little bit of time, and here it is now, right where we were before. Example assessment, that's what I just made. I'm going to add it to my plan. I'm going to add it to Thursday and go to review. So here you're just showing when you want it to start and end. I'm just going to put the same date for both of these and click done. And you can check it over. You can see that this is here on Thursday. And these wound up here on Friday. So it's, like I said, just kind of a teaching tool there. I'm going to go to Create Assessment, keeping that same plan name, and click Continue. And the assessment has been assigned. So at this point, it should show up on students and they will be ready to go.